Resident Alien, Season 2, Episode 9. I think this one was called Autopsy. I
Yeah, it's
wonder why.
because he wants to do the autopsy. Also,
Oh.
on the one hand, their behavior would be kind of suspicious, except for the fact that people already think Harry's autistic, I'm pretty sure.
They at least think he's weird.
Yeah, like he already has those inherently unnatural mannerisms. Like he behaves neurodivergently enough that him being suspicious isn't suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And I'd
mean,
just
when
like
you
to
first
say,
meet him, it's like, is he okay? What's going on? Oh, that's normal. That's just how he is.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Like,
Okay.
and like the thing with I heard gunshots. Oh, yeah, I was shooting at that stupid raccoon. I heard 2 distinct gunshots. Oh, that was me. I'm still celebrating my birthday. Pop.
and
Yay.
I would just like to say, I called it. He survived.
Yeah. I was going to say that. I thought Dex called it.
Nope, I was gonna say. I said he's probably gonna, since we didn't see the body.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna be alive.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, yeah, you guys called it.
Yeah, I think both of us, probably all of us called it. Is like, yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't see a body in this series, if he is not cold dead on a slab, he ain't dead.
I'm not dead yet. He says he's not dead. Oh,
Yeah.
he will.
And the ball having healing powers. It's like, yep.
Yeah, that was useful.
See, there is a reason to have to grab your balls.
Keep talking. I'm getting some water.
Yeah. And of course, yeah, that's the whole the Jessup borderline was an interesting thing to come up. It's like, of course Darcy would want to dump the body in the borderline between.
Well, to be fair, she probably didn't realize that
Yeah,
it was
I know that is like it would end up there. Like it would.
Yeah.
Usually, if something can go wrong in this series, it probably would. You're like, okay, well,
yeah,
probably nothing's gonna come of that. And then, oh yeah, no, there's probably no problems. Okay, we've resolved that. No, there was a problem because it's like the whole Vanderspiegel thing. It's like his body turning up. It's like there's not going to be any problem with that. That's sort of resolved before the show even starts. And then nope, that's not how this is going to work. No, he's going to have to deal with the body.
Not only that, but we got 2 more bodies. Again, on that stinking lake.
Yeah.
They need to put a no swimming sign on that lake.
Yeah, they probably. The thing is, you would start to suspect Vanderspiegel, Harry, of being like a serial killer or something, but he's too weird. Like.
And not only that, but like, look at the kind of death those 2 had. It looks like just drowning or animal attack. Like they fell out of the boat.
Yeah. It's.
Although then they look at the names and it's like, those are more of that Powell group guys.
Yeah. The alien baby has been a bit of a Deus Ex egg.
Yeah.
Whatever the proper term would be for egg in that language.
Deus Ex octopod.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. Yeah, it's it's like, oh yeah,
That
yeah,
isn't a
he's got to worry
horrible
about all
thing.
these people coming down from New York to come back at him for
Al-
going to New York in the first place. But oh yeah, his taking care of the egg and letting it hatch means that, oh yeah, that thing is wandering around, and oh yeah, it happens to just have a taste for bad guys and just happens to take them out. So oh yeah, those two guys are just gone, and oh yeah, Asta took out the other guy. So yeah, the three people, which from the New York end has got to be bizarre because it's like, yeah, we sent three guys to go take care of Vanderspiegel because we were afraid he was, he was going to be a loose end. But none of
all
them,
three of them died.
all three of them died or disappeared when we sent them out there. Who the hell is Harry Vanderspiegel? And like we sent two guys after him when he was in New York. Those guys ended up shot, dead. And then we sent three guys over, to chase him in Colorado, to track him down in Colorado and deal with him there. Those guys are all dead. Who the hell is this Vanderspiegel? And should we just, not?
Yeah.
He's an international spy, Vanderspiegel.
Like, did we create a monster when he killed the doctor? Did that awaken a taste for violence? you know, did it,
Did we wake up a serial killer?
yeah, it's like I mean, admittedly, he was as he put it, he was already kind of rednecky. So
Yeah.
like he was well armed as it was. So that may have been something they already knew about him. I mean, he owned a cabin by a lake
With
and
a bunch of guns.
and a bunch of loaded weapons. You know, they might have already, based on what they knew about him from, his earlier dealings, they might have already known, yeah, this guy, yeah,
Well,
he might just kill us all if we try and mess with him. But now, yeah, I gotta imagine they're doing the math and going, we've sent 5 people after this guy. All 5 have either disappeared or died.
yeah.
Maybe we should stop sending people against this guy. or pay him off to keep quiet. It's like, shut up.
And Harry's just like so oblivious because he's like, what? Why are you paying me? Okay.
Oh, you have refreshed the bag of money that came with the house.
Yeah. Although, poor Asta in this situation.
Yeah, she's dealing with all sorts of crap. But this also gives him. It's also interesting in that him working as the town doctor means that he has a legitimate line of employment. So
Yeah.
him replenishing his funds is completely understandable now because he's the town doctor, and that's got to come with some sort of salary. And
Exactly.
so he replenishes the house funds by working as the doctor, as the
Yeah.
town doctor.
That's probably why he still had so much.
Yeah, he earned money as the town doctor, and that replenished his funds, and so he didn't have to spend the house money.
Exactly. Which just makes him sound like he runs a casino.
But yeah, at this point, it's.
I mean, it is nice that he just decided to like erase her memory.
Yeah, and yes, it's nice that he erased the trauma. No, because now she forgot about Jay.
Yeah, that's the downside to it. But
Shit.
yeah, I mean, from that perspective, like now the only people that actually know what happened that only one person knows, only one person alive knows what happened that night precisely.
Are you
Well,
saying that he has to get rid
well,
of her?
Darcy knows that somebody that knows
Asta
that.
shot a not Darcy knows Asta shot a guy to save Harry, and she thinks that the guy that was shot was the guy who killed Sam.
Yeah,
Which
so
I mean, in a way,
yeah, I mean he used Harry to do it, but he might have been his handler on that.
yeah. Well, he did say I shouldn't have made. I shouldn't have even had you go kill Sam. So
Yeah, so
right before you shot him. So I mean, in in a way, he was Harry's handler.
yeah. But
So,
if he goes and erases Darcy's memory as well, like the only person who would know what happened that night is Harry. So you could put Asta on a lie detector test, and she wouldn't know. Especially if you erase Darcy's memory, because she's gonna bring this stuff up. If she doesn't
yeah,
remember what happens, and Asta doesn't remember what happens, the only one who kind of would remember would be the sheriff, and all he heard was that they shot at a raccoon.
yeah,
So as far as he's concerned, nothing happened. And
yeah.
so nothing happened that night. So nobody knows what happened. If Harry gets rid of the rifle himself, like there's nobody who knows what happened, and everybody except Harry could pass a lie detector test saying, "No, I don't know what happened that night."
And I mean,
And
lie detector tests are inherently
yeah,
in
yeah, they're not, yeah, but
a way.
they could pass. They wouldn't have any guilt or any fluctuations that would give it away at all because they have no idea. Like that sort of lie detector, you'd have the lie detector, but like they could talk straight to an investigator and they couldn't give anything away because they don't know anything.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so and yeah. it's it's going to be an interesting this is going to be an interesting thing to sort out. And what happens with this, you know this
And what
group.
she tried to even go to live, and it's like as she's going to live, she's like, wait, no, if I tell Liv, it'll put Liv in danger.
Yeah, it's like fewer people I know that know, the better. And so, but yeah, like yeah, there's not much.
I realize I am kind of a Harry sometimes. Um, so one of my coworkers died on Saturday. She's had a history of cancer and she passed. And one of the managers who was covering for us during the holiday season, he came in, and we have another associate with the same name as the one who died.
Hmm.
They're both Sophia. And so I'm like, oh, Sophia is running go backs, and like Sophia's working this time. I'm like, oh no, not that one. She's dead.
That is a very hairy way of putting it. It's like, oh no, no, she died. This one is the live one. The live one is doing the runbacks or whatever
Yes.
they called it.
Oh, yeah. I'm like I'm like, oh no, that one's dead. This is a different one. And he's just like, what do you wait? It's like you can't just tell somebody something like that way. And I'm like,
Why not?
oh,
Is it not accurate? Did I not
it,
tell you the truth?
it's true though. She died. Yeah, but you gotta, slowly work into it. Like, oh, I'm sorry, she passed. I'm like, no, she just died. She didn't pass anything. Well, she probably did, because notoriously when you die, you release your bowels. Sometimes. Depends on how full your bowels are. And considering she died of health complications, she probably wasn't eating much, so she probably didn't pass when she died.
Okay.
Just medically.
Yeah. Yeah. uh, what else do we have?
The tracker, she's trying to send a video, and I love the fact that when he walks in and thinks she's just taking selfies for her Instagram account, he's like, you need one of those, you know, one of those lights that make ring lights that make your complexion look better. The lighting in here is terrible. One of those flashlights. That's not what it's called. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's called a flashlight. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I love how he is simultaneously the most urbanized and most you know, street smart of them, yet at the same time he's the most naive.
And goes on the most fantastical ideas of what
I know,
could have
he's just like
happened.
most
Like an
out
ice gun. Yeah, he had to be a monk so that he could not be he could keep himself cold so he wouldn't he wouldn't melt the gun. It's like,
or just wear gloves.
or he just took the gun with him.
Yeah.
You think inside the box, I think outside the box. It's a great team.
Yeah.
Like, you think way outside the box.
Dude.
But he's fun to listen to.
He is.
And occasionally that's going with as weird a situation as he's actually in that he doesn't know about. Like, occasionally he's going to be right. It was aliens. Well, actually...
No, he's not going to say it's aliens. Liv says it's aliens.
Yeah. Well, if he ends up
because
thinking outside the box and like, or he comes up with something weird and it's like, no, that's actually exactly right.
Those bite marks look like octopus teeth. Wasn't there an octopus kidnapped from the restaurant earlier this year? Maybe he escaped into the lake and is eating people.
It's like crocodiles. You release them in a place where they shouldn't be, and they get big, and then they attack.
We got ourselves a kraken down in them lake.
Never mind that octopus was saltwater, but
yeah, most octopuses are. But I that just sounds like something of his theory when he finds those bodies. He's gonna be like, look at those sucker marks. This is an octopus. And that octopus escaped from the thing. It's like, didn't Harry steal it? And he brought it to his cabin, but it got too big for his tank, so he threw it into the lake, and it kept growing, and now we have a kraken in the lake.
Now we yeah, now we got a kraken. Thanks, Harry. It is a saltwater animal. It would not survive in the lake. Actually, I ate the octopus after it died. A dog got a hold of it and was tearing it apart. He killed it. He died in my arms. It was very sad. And then his last request that I ate him with butter. And so I did. It was quite delicious.
Mhm.
Very fresh. That is the
It-
kind of way he would describe it.
yeah.
Too
It
much
was
detail and weird, like, how did an octopus make a last request? He told me inside my head. Okay. Okay, Doc. Whatever you say. You were a little close with that octopus, I guess.
Hey. Some people are into that tentacle porn. I'm not judging.
Uh, anyway. Anything else?
Oh yeah, Liv doing that video, bathroom break.
Oh yeah, double.
Like,
I'll wait double long for, you know.
all right, but that means that
You also
you're
have to go twice as fast.
the next time you go to the bathroom will be the same as if you went now. You wait the same amount of time till you go next time, and then you got to go double fast.
Which
Which I
doesn't
mean,
make any sense, but okay. The double
I
fast doesn't really make any sense, but
oh no, it makes sense. Like there is a very different time frame. Like personally, I always go double fast, just because I hate wasting time. But
anyway.
Nah, I feel that. But my thing is I don't like wasting time. Well, kind of. It's like I hate rushing things, okay? Like rushing things is fine. But if you're just gonna make a bunch of mistakes and have to do it all over again because you rushed, that's what I
I
think.
agree. I agree with that.
But if you made a
But
bunch of mistakes in the bathroom, that's a whole different mess to deal with.
seriously, we're talking about a specific thing. When I understand not wanting to rush something like a project or whatever. Although this is why I prefer cartoon drawing to like detail drawing, like lifelike drawing, because I don't have the patience for all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've just about have we gotten just about everything out of this episode?
Oh yeah, the Darcy's new boyfriend, and Dad totally outed him.
Yeah, only waited 3 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy waited 3 hours.
Or that putang.
That he's a careful, Darcy. You got yourself a real one. Like, okay, awkward.
Yeah.
But I mean, Darcy's family, so I get it. Because Darcy is Asta's soul sister, so he's kind of her dad too. And I'm sure growing up,
Yeah.
he was more of a dad to her than her dad, because her dad was one of those dickwads, judgmental types, as we've seen, where it's like, you could achieve so much. Why don't you, push yourself? Blah, blah, blah. I see why she became an Olympic skier, but also, and why she's so hard on herself all the time. But also, her parents really pissed me off.
Okay. Well, let's see if there's anything else.
We didn't see the kids this. Oh yeah, we didn't see the kids, but we did see Ben and Kate and their therapy session. It's like,
I was not listening. I was doing math in my head to pass the time.
yeah, it's like, I do not care.
Oh,
Talk to your husband.
no, I do find it funny. It's like, I can do a Rubik's Cube I learned from a book. Oh, my niece can do that.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. Just right in the heart.
I know, like, so.
The sheriff wants to make Big Black a thing, and just like nobody's taking him up on it.
Although Harry is still calling the Mayor Snowflake.
Yeah, that one somehow stuck, but
Mayor Snow-
even Harry's like,
and Sheriff Hat and the sad-eyed deputy.
Okay. This one is going to be significantly shorter than the Orville one.
Oh my god, yes.
Which is ironic because this one has way more like stuff. Like the Orville was longer, but at the same time, it had more sweepingly broad strokes. That did entail nuanced discussion based on it, but at the same time, there weren't as many scenes, so to speak. Like this, we have so many characters, and all of these episodes are so like heavy, yet because all of the scenes were so straightforward,
there's less to talk about.
there's less to talk about.
Yeah, the story is continuing on, but the themes haven't really. There wasn't any major change in the themes for the most part, so it's not as like a lot happened and a lot happened that needs to happen to affect future change, but nothing really major for the most part happened.
Yeah. Like, whereas with the Orville, the story, because of how impactful it was.
Yeah, it changed the status quo.
Yeah.
The Resident Alien didn't really change the status quo with this too much, other than to restore it to where Harry's the Doctor again, which isn't that massive of a change.
I mean, it's called Resident Alien.
Yeah.
Because he's the resident doctor.
Well, also that's
I know.
It's a term, an immigration term as well. So
yeah,
so it works on 3 levels. It works. Though residency, I think, is only what you forget where the residency is the short term of a doctor after they become a doctor, and then that's their training time, and then they become full-fledged doctors, or the resident is the one that teaches all the newbies. I used to know that from Scrubs, but I don't remember. Anyway,
I never really watched Scrubs.
Anyway, but yeah, so you have it's a medical term, it's a immigration term, and he's just a resident of the town who is an alien, who is an extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
So, but
he is back in theaters.
But,
I have no idea going to see it, but
I guess we're done with this episode. That was short.
Okay,